It's now 8:10 p.m. It's a crazy little intersection. Soi 8 and Soi 11. Soi 11's probably the new, well, I don't know how new, but it's the party area now in Bangkok. It's plenty of rooftop bars and nightclubs. Not really my scene, but very, very popular with locals, expats alike. And I am going to make the walk from the Nana area back to Phrom Phong. Just enjoy the evening and get a little walk in. This is Buddy's Bar and Grill on the right. I guess you'd call it the Soi 8 location. There's also one just down the way at the top of Soi 20, and another a short distance up Soi 22. Then you'll have to go down past on Newt. I think it's Soi 85 or 87. And another location in Siloam. Good prices, good drinks, and Buddies. It's affordable. I don't think they have happy hour. It's the same low price all day. I want to say a bottle of San Miguel's 95 baht. That's also the place to go for Swedish chew, snuff, snus, whatever you want to call it. I'm not a dipper, but I don't think that is too easy to come by. I do know the Buddies locations. I'll be in there having a beer and people will come in, buy a couple of tins and just run off. And this is at the top of Sukhumvit Soi 12, Koreatown. 4 floors. It's not huge, but you'll find some delicious Korean barbecue. I know there's a Korean fried chicken place, and this, they call it a Korean dessert cafe. I'm not sure if that's the same place. There used to be I assume it was a Korean bakery in that location. Maybe it's part of the dessert place. I don't know, but come check out Koreatown. And I believe we're almost up to Soi 14. This is the Times something building, Times Square. I know there's a cool little piano bar in there, but I'm not a huge pool guy. But down, I'll call it in the basement, it says Hustler Sports Bar and Pool Hall and Mr. T Restaurant, and then Asia Billiards, which I always thought was that store over on Soi 11 where you can buy cues and darts. Yeah, there you go, Hustlers. Looks like 5 tables that I see. Here's the beautiful Sheraton Grand Sukhumvit just on the other side of Terminal 21. Bar Su, I'll guess I'll call it a restaurant. I'm not sure if it's a lounge or a restaurant. I think I had a steak sandwich in there 10 years ago. And up above, I'm not exactly sure. It's kind of a, I'll call it a jazz club, but it's more just in a hotel bar room. I'm not sure if it's part of Bar Su, but if you're in this Sukhumvit area, check out the Sheraton for some cool jazz. And it's just across the street from another beautiful hotel, the Westin Grand Sukhumvit. The Argentinian steakhouse El Gaucho. Just off to the right at the Asok BTS station, the popular Terminal 21 Mall. You'll find a nice movie theater. And up near that movie theater, there will be an AIS, a DTAC, and True. I think DTAC is merged with True, but they still have separate stores. Go on up there. They all speak English. They'll be able to help you get your phone dialed in with a Thai SIM, or keep that US, UK, whatever it's going to be, SIM in there, and then they'll put a Thai eSIM. Most of these phones can hold 8 SIMs these days. I may have messed up. I think I said Koreatown was at the top of Soi 14. It's at the top of Soi 12. Maybe I said it correct. The only reason I know is I'm at the Asok Stairs, which is Soi 14, and there's a cool little restaurant. It's a notch above street food. Right there, just feet from the Asok BTS station on Soi 14. It's delicious. I believe it's called Suda, S-U-D-A. Not positive. Yeah, I had to walk back and look. S-U-D-A, Suda Restaurant. And also attached to the Asok BTS is a Jets 24-hour fitness. I see whatever that is, a Zumba class. Free weights. There's even a hardcore rooftop, non-air conditioned, if that's your thing. There's the Terminal 21 on the other side. Sukhumvit's below me. This is Asok Mantri, which turns back into Ratchada on the other side of Sukhumvit. Just this little stretch from that Soy Cowboy straight ahead up to the Phetchaburi BTS is a Sukhumvit. If it were a number, it would be Soy 21. This is the Ratchada side. If you walk not even 5 minutes up the road, you'll find the popular Bangkok Park, and one of the only large dog parks. I'm sure there are others. I know there is not a dog park in the large Lumpini Park or up in my Prompong at Benjasiri. Only seeing eye dogs allowed. If you're gonna bring a dog and you want to stay in central Bangkok, try to get a condo as close to Bangkok as possible. Right on the corner of Ratchada, you can see the street sign there. It says Ratchapisek or Ratchada Pisek. They just shorten it to Ratchada, so don't let that confuse you. You'll see the Exchange Tower. There's a Bangkok branch in the first level, right as you walk in the building. That is where my agent sent me with a magic letter to open my bank account. I believe my friend did the same thing in the Exchange Tower with a Casacorn bank branch. I'm not sure. But if you go to one of these agents in the Asok area, don't be surprised if you're heading over to this Exchange Tower. And I'm looking in the opposite direction towards the Asok BTS. I climbed up here on the skywalk. It just makes life simpler than walking across the busy roads. Plus these lights, especially this light here at Sukhumvit, it seems to take 5 or 6 minutes. Maybe it's my imagination, but I like the exercise anyhow, to climb the stairs up and just use this skywalk to get across all of that traffic. And I probably walked this stretch of road 100 times. I've never noticed this Isan Nation kitchen. Maybe this is worth giving a try. It does say cash only on the door. And we're coming up to Soy 18. I didn't point out Soy 16. It's actually, you enter it up the way just a little bit on Ratchada. Somebody had mentioned they're coming over with their dog and they wanted to stay as close to possible as to Bangkok Park, and they had been in communication with, I forget, the Park Origin maybe over on Soy 24. Well, that's not super close. Maybe mix in a mile walk before you get over to the park, and that's great. I like doing that mile walk. I'm probably walking further than that from Nana back to my condo. But just keep in mind when you use language like, I want to get as close to the park as I can, well, that is going to be Soy 16, maybe Soy 10. I think it's Soy 10 has direct access into the park. I could be wrong on that. I did several videos on 8, 10, 12. Yeah, I'm going to go with Soy 10 has an entrance into the park. I am really liking this Soy 18. There are some 100,000 baht options, but you might be able to find something under 30,000 baht. Again, this is a very expensive area. There's a guy hanging out with a beautiful lab. Yeah, they call this area over Soy 20. I think they actually call it Soy Dog, just because there are so many, well, I'm guessing there are buildings in this area that accept pets. That's a little bit more hit or miss, and I don't have that information. I know my building does not allow pets. My last 2 buildings, the one in On Nut, did not as well. But being up near Bangkok and probably coming at a little higher cost, many of these buildings do. We've almost made our way up to Soy 20, just 100 feet ahead. So here's the Buddies. And there's also a breakfast story location. For whatever reason, these breakfast stories, they always seem to be on the 2nd floor. And we've made our way up to Soy 22. Plenty of little party bars down the way. One of my favorites is the Hangover. A ways down on the left, you'll find another Buddies, just a 2-minute walk down on the right. And there's the different construction workers. I don't know where they're taking them, off to some bus area. Just across the street, that's Soy 31. My favorite Italian place, Bella Napoli. Just a 2-minute walk down on the left. And in between Soy 24 and Soy 22, Noisy Tuk Tuk is the new M-Sphere Mall. This place is always busy. It's, I don't even know what time it is, Thursday night, going on 9 p.m. This is relatively mild. They do have the U.S. franchise Shake Shack. It's actually a decent burger. I had it twice now. Oh, and that's new. I assume it has something to do with Pride Month. All for love, love for all. Yeah, Thailand does not fool around. Nobody cares. I know it's more of an issue in Japan. There was a hotel I used to stay at. It's gone now in the Plonchit area. It was a Japanese-owned hotel, and it was all trans Japanese people, Japanese ladyboys, whatever you want to call them, and they were 100% accepted here in Bangkok. Maybe that's not the case in Japan. I'm not sure. I've spent plenty of time in Japan, but I don't know that dynamic. Here in Thailand, everything goes. If you're a person that is going to have a problem with your bartender being a ladyboy, well, then you're going to have many problems over here in Thailand. That seems to be a big occupation. And I made my way up to Benchasiri Park here in Phrom Phong. It's just 11 acres. It has a beautiful running path around the entire park. Hoops courts in the back. There's a swimming pool, a large water feature in the middle of the park. It's a nice little green belt. You can almost see, I was going to say my building off in the distance, but it's hidden behind a tree, and you can't see my building. You can see the Staybridge Hotel, which is 20 feet from my building, although it's on another street, 24, and I'm on 26. And across the street from the park, that's Soi 33.5, the Robin Hood, O'Shea's, Royal Oak, probably my favorite street in town. And I am going nowhere near there tonight, as I'm trying to go for the record, getting a little cleanse here. Let's go for 10 days. And I'm not sure why I've said that. I've gone longer than 10 days many times. I think I went 2 months without drinking one time. But 10 days will be my Bangkok record. Let's put it that way. And the Phrom Phong BTS is just above me. On the right is the Emporium Mall. And then on the left, behind that bus, sorry about that, is the M Quartier. And they're all connected with this new skywalk to the brand new M Sphere. It's now just called the M District. There's one of the decorated trucks. Oftentimes they'll be blasting music. They have a good time with their dump trucks. The Emporium Mall. All of these malls are going to have doormen to throw you a fancy salute. A couple of my stands right below the Phrom Phong BTS. I don't see my fruit guy. That's my go-to person. Now I can go home one of two ways. I can cross the street here. This is Soi 24. Head the short distance up and take a right on Soi 26. What I normally do is go up 24 and use the little shortcut on the side of the Hilton. In fact, I'm going to cross the street. I cross there on the side of the Hilton and I pop out in the lobby of the Doubletree Hotel, their partner, on Soi 26, which works out perfect because I live on Soi 26. Here's the taxi stand. Race you halfway down the street for 10 baht or all the way to Rama 4 for 20. And right as you turn up Soi 24, okay, I said 20 baht. I thought I said Soi 20. There are just 10 small legitimate massage places on either side of the street. Find the side entrance to the Emporium here on Soi 24. And if you're looking for the non-legitimate massage places, well, this is the street. Just head on up there and there's probably 5 different outfits. I don't know if that sign is coming out. The Mutual Bar up on the 5th floor here on Soi 24. It's a good little cocktail lounge. It's by no means a high rooftop bar, but it is up on the 5th floor. You have a nice little view, usually a singer. And here's the Hilton on Soi 24, and just off to the left, that is my little AstroTurf cutaway. Head back to the back of the Hilton and I can enter the back of the Doubletree and pop out on Soi 26, which is a nice dark street where I live. So I am going to say goodnight. Thank you very much for following along this little run around Bangkok, and consider subscribing for more looks. We'll see you later.